Hi guys, welcome to the Cast Iron Man Cooking Show once again, where today we're going to be making a extremely refreshing and beautiful summer dish, and that is a panzanella, an Italian Tuscan style bread salad. It's made with stale bread, which might sound odd, but actually it's great because you soak it in dressing and it takes on this whole new chewy kind of wet and acidic character. It's a beautiful thing, and just make sure you organize your salad right before you scan over it. Start with some cherry tomatoes, and you're going to want to half them down the center. I'm going to include all the weights and measurements in the video description. These are kumatos. They're not true like cherry tomatoes. It's a hybrid. But what's really good about these is they are incredibly delicious to just eat raw. We're going to cook them up a little bit in the oven when we crisp up the prosciutto as well, just to bring out a little bit more of that sweetness and give it a wilted characteristic. It's almost a 50-50 shot sometimes when you grab one of these tins of tomatoes and you hope they're good. These were super good. That's why I just keep eating them, and we might have none left by the time I try to even put them on the sheet pan. So yeah, throw them on the sheet pan and then just hit it with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil and some fine sea salt sprinkled over the top. Mix them together, and you're going to throw them in the oven at 375 degrees and cook them. It's probably going to take about 20 minutes or so till they're done. And there's no right or wrong amount of time in here. Obviously, you just don't want to burn them. I made sure to arrange them seed side up just so you get a uniformity. Okay, then we're going to need to get our prosciutto, and this is actually very lovely prosciutto indeed. So line a baking sheet with some parchment paper and just take a look at this marbleization. I mean, that's actually extremely nice prosciutto. This is better than you get in the package. I had to go to the Italian specialty store and wait a really long time for this, but that's okay because at least I can actually buy prosciutto. So arrange it the best you can on the baking sheet. It is notoriously difficult to handle when it is warmed up just a little bit. A lot of prosciutto is sold with kind of like a piece of wax paper with a really high sheen on it so that you can easily grab it from its package, but this was cut right off the hind portion of the prosciutto, which was sitting in the deli case, and they used one of those old-fashioned deli slicers with the wheel that spins and kind of slices the meat. Much better than a mechanical deli slicer, because if you've ever used a mechanical deli slicer, it has a tendency to shred really fine and delicate items. So you're going to want to grab half of a loaf of bread. This is a semolina loaf of bread we made, and it's a day and a half older, so not the kind of bread you'd want to eat. You'd have to toast it to restore it to some level of vitality, but for the panzanella, it is going to be perfect. It has a little bit of a spongy quality, which is going to absorb a lot of the dressing that we put into it. So just cut this up into big slices and then cube it down when you're done. I cut it into some strips here, and then we're going to do little tiny cubes, just like a mock crouton. Or I don't know, it's a mock. I don't know what makes, a crouton insincere. But you can also tear it with your fingertips, which I did with some of these just to demonstrate it. It'll give it a more rustic feel, even though I don't know how much more rustic this salad can get. It is incredibly rustic. So the whole thing is rustic. So I don't know. It depends. I mean, if you're really into antiquing, then make this an antique salad. Our prosciutto and our tomatoes are done. We're just going to leave those out while we prepare our other items. And what we're going to do is make one of our favorite things around here, which is roasted garlic. So take a nice head of garlic, whole head, chop off the top, and then wrap it in tin foil, put it on a baking sheet for about 45 minutes to 55 minutes in the oven, and you'll have some really gorgeous, sticky roasted garlic when it's done, with an incredible aroma that will fill your home and scare the vampires away. So here's the secret ingredient to our peach panzanella, and that is a peach ice pop. This is going to give a really artificial taste to our salad that will really insult people, and they won't ever come to your house for salad again. I'm kidding, guys. We're not going to do that. We're going to obviously use fresh peaches in our salad, And these are the peaches from Costco. These are the ripe. All the peaches at Whole Foods were firm as a fucking brick. I got no time for that. My God, I'm complaining about going to a Whole Foods. Shocker. One of my favorite places in the world. I touched these up before I hit them on the grill with some honey and olive oil to get a little caramelization on the outside. And just add another element of flavor to our dish that I think is nice and bright and indicative of a beautiful summer day. Now you could certainly use a grill pan for this, but it's nice to be outside. Of course, you guys know I like to be outside. So I just hit my grill with some olive oil to get a little more conductivity on there and then throw the peaches down. And I'm going to leave you guys to watch these peaches grill up with some beautiful sounds of the New Jersey traffic and grilled peaches. So it should only take a couple minutes and they'll have some nice grill marks. And then you're going to want to go inside, stay outside, or go in your car, make your dressing with some extra virgin olive oil, white wine vinegar, mustard, and I use this Gulden's Dijon mustard. It's pretty affordable and really, really good. It's not as over-the-top vinegary as Grey Poupon, and somewhere in the middle, I really like it. I've never seen it before. I just saw it on the shelf recently, and now it's like the only thing I buy. You're also going to want to put in there some black pepper and sugar and mince up one nice little beautiful shallot in here. Dice it pretty fine or not. It doesn't matter. You're gonna stir it all together anyway in the dressing, but you do want to get a little fine and juicy. Grab your garlic and squeeze out some garlic onto your board. Look at that. It just comes right out. That's when you know it is ready to go. And what I do is I just smash it down on the board and make sure the consistency is all nice and uniform. And I get all the shallot juice incorporated into it with the schmear action. I didn't realize that until I made the video. Maybe that's a second benefit. This is a shallot and wood infused garlic. Go grab some basil, preferably basil as nice as I'm fortunate to have. And I'm not gonna be bold enough to call this a chiffonade, but I tell you what, with this basil, you're gonna want to do something which resembles quite closely chiffonade. So do that, and then put it in your Pyrex where you have the rest of your dressing contents. Grab a whisk and bring your dressing contents together to where they are well combined. And it's assembly time. It's a time we've been waiting for. It's time to eat the salad. So what you're going to do is go and grab some arugula or... No, you know what? No, not or. Use arugula for this. Please, I'm asking you to do that. I don't think traditionally that a bread salad has any greens in it like this. Tuscan bread salad, probably bread is the star of the dish, but our arugula is going to be kind of like sidekick-ish, like a Robin to the Batman. Bread is the Batman. It's not the Batman we need right now. It is the Batman we need right now. Wow, what am I talking about? Put the rest of your ingredients in. You don't necessarily have to put your kumatos in like a lunatic, but you could. And then add your prosciutto. I just do a rough crumble up. You could chop it up if you want it to be a little bit more broken down, but it's really nice to eat the salad and kind of experience each bite as a unique amount of ingredients. It's just absolutely incredible. You get a little bit of peach, a little bit of the ham, and yeah, I mean, this is just, if you make this and have people over to eat it, they're going to be like, wow, this is really nice. This is really good. He must be really good at cooking. But why does he live in his parents' house and edit videos in their basement? See, there's going to be a disconnect there for me. But for you, if you have a normal life and, you know, behave like a normal member of society, people will actually be impressed and they won't have any sort of skepticism or doubt about it. Just be like, wow, this is really good salad. But in my case, it's like, wow, it's really good salad. Why does this person live in their parents' basement? I don't necessarily think there's a connection between those ideas, but this is just what goes on in my mind. So I wasn't sure whether or not I was going to put the peaches in, but then I realized, yeah, I'm going to put the peaches in because this salad does need to sit for a little while to soak up all the ingredients. The only thing I'm going to leave for topping at the end is the fresh mozzarella we made because that doesn't need to be subjected to the dressing, in my opinion. Grab some tongs and plate up your panzanella. Look at this plate, guys. This is a different plate. This isn't my usual white plate. Exciting, right? Yeah, I went to IKEA and got a bunch of plates for photo staging and doing some videos. Here's the final piece to our panzanella puzzle. It is the fresh mozzarella we made, and I just put a little on top so that every bite is not overwhelming. Every bite is kind of unique, and I hope you guys enjoy this salad. So eat it, let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time on the Cast Iron Man Cooking Show.